Welcome to Berlin and welcome to ITB.
Thank you.
And we're going to start with the first question, and it is, how would you describe the focus of your work and why do you think it is important for the industry?
Absolutely. At Booking.com, it's our mission to make it easier for everyone to experience the world. And so in my role as head of sustainability, our focus is to make sure that travelers can make more sustainable travel choices in experiencing the world. So we know that travelers want to travel more sustainably. To do that, we need to provide information for them in a more clear, transparent, comparable way. But we also need to make sure that those more sustainable options are there for them. So we need to support travel provider partners to themselves make more sustainable choices, to access the more sustainable infrastructure or the funding, the financing, the education, whatever it might be, so we can create that cycle, that flywheel, where more sustainable choices from our travel provider partners turn into more sustainable choices with our travelers, and we can create that more sustainable travel industry. So that's very much what our focus is, and my team and our company. And so for ITB, it's of course important that we're making sure that sustainability is not just a focus of travel providers that are working specifically in sustainability or DMOs that are really aware of sustainability, but every provider or every organization that's working in travel to start to consider sustainability in their more sustainable choice.
Okay. So, what is the key message you want to convey at this ITB convention? What are the insights you want the audience to take home from you?
Well, I want to make sure that the industry understands that we have an opportunity here to become more sustainable, whether we're talking about accommodations, which we of course work with very closely, or we're talking about other verticals or DMOs themselves. There is a real opportunity for us to make a more sustainable industry, not just in environmental, but also social and economic ways as well. And to do that, we need to make sure that we're unlocking the tools available for the organizations. Again, I mentioned education, funding, even regulation that can make it easier. And we also need to make sure that we're unlocking that information for travelers so that they can actually inform the choices that they want to make. And so the takeaway that I want our audience to understand is that there is demand, but there's some work that we need to do to make that demand actually act. And we all have a role to play in it. Even the really small SMEs that feel that they might maybe be too small to participate, they can absolutely participate, and there are ways that we can support them do that as well. So that's the key takeaway I want this year at ITB.
The motto of this year's ITB convention is Pioneer the Transition in Travel and Tourism Together. From your perspective, what is the biggest challenge of this transition and how can it be tackled?
It's a great question. I think there are a few challenges that we're facing when it comes to making a more sustainable travel industry. We have the tech challenge, which is how do we make sure we have the tech infrastructure in place. We have the say-do gap with travelers. They say that they want to travel more sustainably, but can we really show that they are actually doing it? And then we have the knowledge gap, which is a challenge for many of our travel provider partners where they're not exactly sure how to make a next step. So maybe three instead of one, but there's a number of challenges, but I think there are solutions to each of them that are already being put forward. We have an amazing sustainability track at ITB that are listing all of the solutions that are already in place. So I think we can really come together to actually make sure that those are implemented.
Okay. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your insights.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.